Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Nick. We are here for a pretty special event. We're here for race 1 of the Race on Oz Porsche Cup Series. My name is Nick and I'm going to be your commentator tonight. We are going around Budapest, so this is something that is relatively new. So let's just walk you through what to expect tonight. So this is how the setup is going to work. So it's a 3-race series. It's going to be run over consecutive weeks. So the first race tonight is going to be around the Hungary ring in Budapest. The second race will be next week around Kyalami in South Africa, and then the Misano circuit in Italy the following week. So that will be the 3 weeks, and that will conclude the championship. In terms of the race setup, so we're looking at a qualifying session of 10 minutes. We're currently going around the track now in free practice, so it won't be too much longer before we get to qualifying. And then you've got the race 1. So it is going to be a 20-minute race. It'll be the long formation lap. So you'll see, just do the as per the team's championship. So if you're familiar with the Race on Oz series, then you'll be pretty familiar with that as well, how they do it here. And then you'll also, race 2 will be a 30-minute race. So for the 30-minute race, it'll be the top 5 from race 1 will start at the rear of field in a reverse grid order, and then it'll be a long formation lap, then a single formation behind the leader. So we recently had in the Pro-Am and Pro divisions Race on Oz Tuesday night series, they did this to great success. So they had the sprint races, so most of these drivers would have participated in that, so they've had some pretty good practice along the way. So I dare say it should go nice and smoothly without a hitch. Then we look at the points. So you've got race 1, it'll be 30-11, and then race 2, it'll be 20-1. And as I say that, the lobby has dropped out. So I'll make sure I get back on top of that. But that will be the setup. So it's going to be the Porsche GT3 Cup cars that they're using. So I think they're the 2017 models, if my memory serves me correct. Difficult cars to drive. No traction control in these cars, so it can make them quite difficult to drive. I've been watching practice and seeing some of the drivers just getting to grips with these cars. So a little bit different to the GT3, and some drivers driving the GT4 cars as well, to sort of just get their heads around that. Alright, so just waiting for Serba to get herself sorted out. So it did drop out earlier, so I hope that's the last time. Let's see if we can get it up. Just bear with me, some technical difficulties. I hope you're all enjoying your week so far. I hope you've had a good week. It's Thursday, almost Friday. Thursday's best day of the week, I reckon. Furthest from Monday, closest to Friday. Can't seem to find T1 right now. Alright, hopefully that does get itself sorted out. Let me just quickly see what's happening here. Get it sorted. Just trying to see what's happening with this server. If we get back in. Doesn't seem to be up and available right now, so just bear with us, guys. Might be just having some technical difficulties right now, but we should be Alright. Yeah, so it seems to have crashed. No one else seems to be able to get it up. Alright, so while they do that, let's have a quick look though at where they're going to be racing. So there's going to be the Hungary ring. So I say it's got 12 or 13 turns written down there. That is a typo. It's certainly not 13 turns. It's 16 turns in total. So it's going to be. I'll just make sure I fix that up for the next one. But it's actually 16 turns, 4.38 kilometer circuit in lovely Budapest. So I can't say that I've been here. I've driven past the circuit, but I've not been there before. So if you would describe the circuit, a lot of medium turns, difficult to pass, often described as Monaco without the walls. So it's one of those old school circuits, a lot of grass and gravel runoff areas, so not much concrete and asphalt runoffs that you see on a lot of modern day circuits. So mistakes are punished quite severely here. So that will be one thing to keep an eye out on. Is mistakes will be punished pretty severely. But we've got some pretty good drivers. I think I saw about 11 or 12 in the server early on when it was working. Just trying to. There we go. It's up again. All right. Alright, so we're getting back in. So hopefully we have this thing underway shortly. Would be nice. Once again, do apologise for the technical difficulties, but it is what it is. That's just online racing for you.
Green light, go, go, go.
In. Same free practice, 20 minutes. Hopefully it's not 20 minutes. Alright, so we just had to have the server reset. We're back in there. It says it's starting in 20 minutes, but I think we can speed that up a little bit. Yeah, so I'll just stick with this screen for now as everyone manages to file back in again. And then hopefully we can get going from there. I'm with you, HSV 12, 20 minutes, expect another one. Yeah, I hope not. Might even show a little bit of practice, or we'll just see what's going on. I can't see anything in the Discord chat about starting a little bit earlier. And certainly, I don't know how interested you are in watching them go around in practice. Guess we could show that as well. It's no biggie. This car's going around a circuit, so that's what we're here for. Some cars are in the pits. Oh, we're out again. Alright. So we've got another server crash. Alright. Yeah, so the server's crashed again. We'll have to get this reset. Yeah, it did, Vic. Unfortunately. Oops. Alright, it is is a new server, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't think so. Surely not. Oh dear. All right. So just bear with us. It's not even letting me into multiplayer. That's not great. Might reboot my computer. Oh, here we go. Let's see if we can do it now. Yeah, it says it's there. Just trying to get in now, guys, and be with you in a moment. If you're watching on delay, you can fast forward this bit. Lucky for you. Doing it live, not so lucky.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Ah, that's better. All right, 3 minutes to go, guys. 3 minutes. Everyone's here. Looks like weather could have possibly changed as well. Alright, so let's get back to the track preview, because I wanted to just run through that. Yeah, so Hungary, 16 turns, 4.38 kilometre circuit. Lots of medium turns, so it would be described as a medium track. In real life, isn't used that often, so you'll see it'll often be a green circuit. It's fast right now, classified as fast on the game, so that's good for tonight. But yeah, a lot of medium turns, overtaking opportunities. Usually turn 1 provides some good overtaking opportunities. Around turn 3 as well, always get a little bit of action through there. Turn 5 turn 5 and 6 can catch a lot of drivers out. It's a very fast sort of left-handed kink, if you like, at the top of the hill. And then that back half of the track around 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, very technical and twisty. A lot of just sort of feathering the throttle through that part of the circuit, and then another overtaking opportunity into 14 and 15. But let's face it, there could be overtaking opportunities everywhere tonight, depending on how brave or silly the driver may be. We don't get too many dive bombs and things like that happening in the ROOZ League. It's very mature, well-respected, full of respectful drivers, which is really good. So we've got just over a minute before this one starts. HSV is hammering around there. We've got 11 drivers in here. They've all got their own liveries tonight as well, which is really good to see. So we'll get to that in a moment. But just to reiterate the format. So it'll be a 10-minute qualifying session. Race 1's 20 minutes. So the long formation lap as per the team's championship. Race 2 is 30 minutes. So they'll mix it up. The top 5 from race 1 start rear of field in reverse grid order, long formation lap, then single formation behind the leader, and in the points, race 1 30 to 11, and then race 2 20 to 1. Alright, so let's take a look. So we're just finishing off practice right now. Said Jamp on Sickle with a time of 1:52 up the top. I do believe he was the only driver that went out after the server crashed. So I think they're lapping around about the 147s. I think I saw a River Runs hit a 147, maybe even a high 146 if my memory serves me correct. The reverse grid method, formula, whatever you want to call it, worked really well the other night in Donington for the Pro-Am series and the Pro series. If you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend it. Absolutely cracking race on Tuesday night with Jono Stan taking an unlikely victory, but a victory nonetheless. I liked his comment in the chat afterwards. Not bad for a GT Sport hack or something like that, which I thought was I like that sense of humour. So we're just watching. This is Angry Old Fella go around, see if they're good. He's racing lately. He does some Go to Woe GT4 stuff. We see some very familiar names in there as well. This is Tier 1, obviously for the Porsche Cup. So here we go.
Green light, show them what you got.
First out, I think this is HSV. So yeah, in real life, often the characteristic is the circuit will be quite green because it's not really used very often. Motorsports isn't particularly popular, well, a common sport in Budapest, Hungary. Not a bad city. Personally didn't like it. I like to eat a lot of meat. I'm a meat eater, but yeah, definitely strong Eastern European vibes in Budapest. That's got nothing really to do with the circuit though, so I'll stick to the racing. Yeah, so they've got HSV. Let's have a look. Wheezy. I don't mind this livery. I reckon it looks really nice. It's kind of sort of military greens, but I'm digging it. I really like it. It's a nice two-tone in there. What else we have? Gaza. Gaza's here. I think, pretty sure that is that's a game livery. It's not his own livery. Maybe we'll have a different one for next week. Ty Morgan. A little bit of the orange and black with some red tints. Very nice. What about Slambo Baggett? It's green. I was going to say, is it green? He races for Bruce Hale Racing in the green Porsche. And he's got a similar livery tonight as well. Bubble Trouble. I've never seen this guy drive before, so this will be exciting. Someone new, someone different. I like that livery. That's quite nice. The sort of red, white, a little bit of blue. It's kind of a bit British. I like it. Eagle Wind. Yeah, the old sort of Gulf oil type of livery, sliding it through there. It's coming through 8 and 9. Always interesting how Assetto Corsa does their track maps. I like it, but anyway. A River Runs, that is definitely not his own livery. So he's chosen one of the game liveries. Good on him. Adman. Ooh, nice and clean. I like it. That looks really nice. Oh, I like the gold rims as well. That's cool. Good one, Angry Old Fella. All gold. Is that a sign that he's looking to take victory? Got the Olympics just around the corner, actually. Let's see if that happens. Alright, so HSV, he's the first man that's going to set a time. So we were looking at 47s. About there. I think that was a River Runs set that time. We'll see what HSV can do though. That's 11. Right-hander of 12. My count is off. But anyway, then this is sort of a lot of long radius corners, especially through this one here, the left-hander, and then the right-hander. Looks like he's sort of backed out of that a fair bit. Just stick with him until the end. See if he does does set a time. Adman's right behind him though, so we'll jump on hit with him. Right, does Adman set a time? No. Gaza. So they're all just going on their first laps. Slambo. He's going to come around for a lap. So only a 10-minute qualifying, so it's going to be pretty fast and furious, the action. Slambo sets a 1:49.6. So a solid time from him to get things underway. What about Angry Old Fella? Does he set a time? No, he doesn't. What about a River? This would be a man who would look at pole position. That's where he sits right now. With a 1:48. So good time from River, a 1:48.4 to go top of the timesheets. What about Eagle Wind? In that Golf Oils inspired liveried car. He goes P3, so nice time from him. Jambon Sickle, he crosses the line. He goes P4, so 1.7 seconds. Gaz is here. He's down in P5. So got some time starting to filter in. We're back to this man again, HSV. So he's definitely on a hot lap now. Just coming through. He runs a little bit wide there, so no traction control on these cars. Probably in the game, one of the more difficult cars to drive. So this long radius. Oh, the back just stepped out there. He almost lost it. But he managed to gather it up just in time. So he'll set a time. I don't think it'll be anywhere near his true pace with just under 4.5 minutes left in the qualifying session. He doesn't set a time. Adman, does he come across and set a time? He does. He goes P2. So not a bad time from him. Gaz is going to have another crack at it. He improves. He goes up to P7. Or we lost one. We're up to 11. We've lost... I don't know who we've lost. We've lost one. Ty Morgo. What can he do? Get to set the time. Angry Old Fella, he goes P6. Wheezy, so we saw him go out early on. He goes top of the times. He goes a 1:48.2, so great lap there from Wheezy Western. What about Eagle Wind? Can he respond? As we've got just on 3.5 minutes left in the session. He'll remain in P4. Fubble Trouble was the one who dropped out. Jamon Sickle doesn't improve on his time. Back to HSV. So I have to admit, 11 cars. That's a lot easier to keep track of everyone. So he's got this right-hander. Let's see where the River is, because we might jump on board with him shortly. We'll do a lap around the circuit with him on board. Let's see what HSV can do though. We saw him almost lose it at that turn earlier on. He's managed to keep it on the straight and narrow this time. 2.5 minutes left in the session. Only 10-minute quali. He goes top of the times. So good work from HSV. Even he got a little bit untidy there, coming around the one of the final turns there. I think it's turn 15. Let's see what Ty Morgo can do if he can respond. Vic Chan, River should get into the 146s. Let's see. Ty Morgo. He stays in the 47s. River runs. He's coming across the line now. And he goes at 1:46.8, Vic Chan. He's got, do you have the touch lotto numbers as well? Predicted it, and he sits atop of the timesheets, 1.3 seconds ahead of HSV. So we sort of obliterated that time. Wheezy's up there, so is Ty Morgo. This man, Eagle Wind, he's in P8. Jambon Sickle, he's in P9. Can he improve on there? No, he can't. Angry Old Fella, so we saw him. He was up there earlier on in that all-gold liveried Porsche. Looking very nice. Too bad it's not sunny. See the nice reflections and everything off the car. Comes around, final turn. doesn't improve on his time. What about Slambo? And that green Porsche his. He remains in P6. HSV. Get on board with the river. Let's see how he's going. Got just under a minute left in the session. Right-hand, it's a bit of a tricky braking zone. It's downhill, and he's pulled out of that. Let me get back to everyone else. Ty Morgo. Less than 20 seconds left in the session now. He's P4. He remains there. What about Wheezy? He's currently in P3. And he will remain in P3 for now. What about Eagle Wind? Coming around the final turn. Clock's gone 000. So next time drivers cross the line, that will be it. Eaglewind goes up to P4. Angry Old Fella. He's the first cab off the rank. A few drivers already in the pits. Jambon, Gazza and Adman. So a few drivers, quite 2, 4, 6 drivers, 7 drivers all out on track. Got 2 minutes to get their laps completed. A few of them have gone in now. Most of them are going in, so it's going to be this man, and it looks like Slambo is going to go in there as well. So it'll just be Angry Old Fella to finish off the session, and he goes P11. He remains P11. So that was a quick 10-minute quali. This is the inaugural race, the inaugural Porsche Cup race for Race on Oz. Hope you're enjoying it. Throw us a like and a subscribe. This is the ROOZ channel, YouTube channel. Bringing you racing 2 nights a week now, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Got some good quality drivers in this race tonight. Some excellent quality drivers across the league. Next Tuesday, the GT3 Series, the Nürburgring. Looking forward to that one. I think the weather is changeable, from what I can remember. So that's going to be interesting. But right now, right here, we've got the Porsche Cup, and it is a River Runs who's put his car on pole position. So congratulations to a River Runs. HSV in P2, then it's Wheezy who took out P3. Eagle Wind, so nice result for him in P4. Then we've got Ty Morgo in P5 there. Adman. Just writing all of these down as I go. Slambo, so good result for Slambo. Gazza's here. Good on you, Gazza. Jambon Sickle. It's a long name. Fubble Trouble, 888. He had a little bit, I think he dropped out of the session and then he came back in again. So he's down in P10. And then Angry Old Fella in P11. So that rounds out our top 11. Alright, so race 1 will be getting started very shortly. And I've got my camera on the last car, which is not good because, well, it's not bad, but it's not great either because we sort of just have to skip to the, can't be on the front car. Yeah, Vic Chan, shame I can't be here to challenge him. That would be good. It'd be good to see you in a river having a crack, but in the meantime, you'll just have to be a bystander. You just have to be a viewer for now until I think he might have had an operation from what I can put together from the Discord. So I hope you heal up soon, get some rest, be back stronger and better than ever. Adman sending his concerns in the chat as we've got less than a minute left in before we go racing. It's going to be exciting. It's 11 cars. It's a tight and twisty circuit. I reckon on a track like this, kind of the less cars, the better. You don't get as much carnage. Get a little bit of free space.
30 seconds.
And hopefully we see some racing, so you can see all the cars dropping there. I hope everyone's remembered their setups. And yeah, this one's going to get underway very, very shortly.
Seconds.
Had to reattach my bicep tendon back on the bone. Whew. That does not sound like it would be enjoyable. That's Vic Chan, that's his injury. That doesn't sound like it'd be enjoyable. But I'm glad that you got the operation done. Hopefully it doesn't slow you down. And you can get back nice and soon. See you maybe in the Porsche series, maybe a little bit later on. If not, for the next one. We'll see where we go with this one. If you want, you can donate to the server. I think it's all the details are in the Discord under the Porsche chat. There's a PayPal details, and your name will be listed as well for donations. So it's about $30 a month for a server, for a Porsche server. So it's good fun on a Thursday night. Feel free to donate what you can afford. There's no minimum amount required. Alright, so they're just going to go off on their warm-up lap. So these Porsche GT3s, no traction control, so I don't know how many of these drivers have much experience driving these. I know that when I first started playing this game, it was one of the cars that I chose to drive, and yeah, I gave it up. Gave it up pretty quick because it was pretty difficult. So the GT3 cars, obviously traction control all sorted. I know Wheezy Western drives no traction control Maserati GT4 in another series, so he'd be familiar with the no traction control. I'm not too sure about the others, and especially under race conditions, it's going to be a little bit different. If you see old fella at the rear of the field just drifting it through there, liking his style. Yeah, Vic Chan, hopefully this series takes off like the GT3 main series. I agree, from little things big things grow. We're recording the birth of the GT3 Porsche Cup series. This could turn into something good. We've got enough drivers to do it. We've got enough drivers in the Race on Oz League. Don't see why we can't get this one up and going. Alright, so as soon as they cross the line, I will try and get onto the race leader. Ghosting on the warm-up lap. Nice one-board shot. Alright, so coming around the final turn now. We're about to get this one underway. So the inaugural race number 1 of the Porsche Cup Series, Race on Oz, is off and racing. Let's quickly get to the front here. So River Runs leads them away. Looks like Wheezy got a pretty good jump there. HSV, that was Slambo on the grass into turn 1. Everyone seems to have made it through okay. No one's got cold tyres and turned it around. So all cars have managed to get away. I didn't see any collisions between anyone. And it's a River Runs leading them away from HSV. That's Wheezy Western, Eagle Wind in P4, Ty Morgo P5. Everyone making it through turn 3 cleanly. Oh, did I see someone at the back? Oh, there was a crash at the back there. Who was that? No, it wasn't a river. No, it wasn't a river. There was someone. Angry old fella, maybe. I'm positive I saw something in the background. That's number 2. That's Bubble Trouble. He's found himself in a little bit of trouble there. And it was Gaz's here as well. So as they're just making their way through turn 3, I just caught it in the background. He's managed to keep going, but he's suffered a fair bit of damage there. So it's going to be a big effort for him to get back now. He's at the rear of the field in P11. Meantime, though, at front, it's a River Runs versus HSV. It's only a 20-minute race, race 1. No pit stops. It's a sprint race, so it's flat out all the way from start to finish. HSV, though, managing to hang in there with the River as they're almost about to complete the first lap. Does he have his hazard lights on? He does. So he might have accidentally hit his hazards there. Let's see if we can get a nice run. So turn 1, most common overtaking opportunity. River goes a little bit defensive there. HSV's going to have a look. There's no time for hanging around in a 20-minute sprint race. Little sort of over-under there. He might be able to take the lead as he gets the run. A River's going to have the inside line for the next turn. And HSV's still going around the long way. He will have the inside line coming through turn 3. Is he going to get the job done? He is. The River. Oh, no, that was Wheezy in the background. Oh, there was someone else. It was Ty Morgo as well. So they've had a massive crash. That was coming around turn 3. So they lost it. Both of them lost it through there. We caught it on the stream, thankfully. But we did miss this man completing his pass. So HSV has moved into the lead from a River Runs. Great driving from HSV. He really had to just sort of keep that going. It wasn't all done in the one hit. But he managed to complete it through a few turns. So HSV is now in the lead. It's a River Runs P2. Adman has moved up into P3 after Wheezy and Ty Morgo had that incident there at turn 3. And Eagle Wind in P4. A River Runs. He is going to be impatient to get past this man though. We'll see what he can do. He'll pile on the pressure straight away onto HSV. It's going to be up to him to see if he can take the pressure. Coming through the final turn, complete another lap. So now it's his turn to go a little bit defensive. River way too far back. About Slambo, no, he's not in any position to have a look at Eagle Wind. I'm sure he'll chip away though. Wheezy Western, he's in the pits. It's understandable after his big crash earlier on. Ty Morgo's still coming around through the last couple of turns. So I dare say he'll enter the pits as well. Easy, looks like he's managed to get going again, so he might have just done a quick little repair. But it's this man out in front, HSV from a River Runs. So that chicane through 6 and 7, 6, 7 and 8. A little bit wide there again. Oh, Wheezy and Ty Morgo in the pits. HSV looks like he's able to keep a River at bay for now. But a River will no doubt start to close that gap. Loom very, very large in the mirrors of HSV. I have to say, I don't mind the livery on HSV as well. I'm liking it. Quite contrasting when you see a normal livery, a game livery, versus a edited livery, if you like. Alright, so once again into turn 1. The River goes to HSV goes defensive. And no muss River, or is he going to have a look down into turn 2? No. So this is good racing between these two. Field's not too spread out. Got sort of the first 5 cars. We've got a couple of guys in the pits as well. Gazza had a few issues in the beginning. All in all, this is not bad. I'm liking this. We've gone already a quarter race distance, so less than 14 minutes remaining. Got a couple of good battles. The River Runs versus HSV, and then this man Slambo versus Eagle Wind. 2 good drivers in their own right. This will be a nice little scrap. Let's see who can come out on top. So track temperature 28 degrees, it's optimum. So shouldn't be any dramas with grip out there. Let's see what the River can do now. Keep an eye as he makes it through to turn 1. Wheezy Western in the chat, an F for fail, most definitely Wheezy. Not your best race, but hey, that's what it's all about. Trying it out, getting used to it. I'm pretty sure these are cars that not everyone drives all the time. As we see River, he makes a little mistake out of the final turn, so that's a small reprieve for HSV. Let's see what Slambo can do. Can he pull up a little bit closer to Angry Old Fella? Oh, sorry, Eagle Wind. Sorry, Angry Old Fella's behind him. Into turn 1. No, that's not on. Yeah, you saw Slambo even just with that no traction control. If you don't race with it, you're used to the traction control. It's a big difference. Especially in this game as well, where handling physics are so accurate, and every car very, very different from one another. So throwing it through turn 4. I often see a lot of action through there. Slambo just drifting it. Closest 2 on the track right now. Seems to be sizing him up though. He'll be looking for a pass into turn 1. See, it's pretty difficult to make any kind of passing manoeuvres through that middle section there. Oh no, Eagle Wind's running a bit wide, and he's dropped the spot now to Slambo, so that was enough. So give an opportunity for Slambo to sneak through. So he'll go up into P4. Back to the front. Let's see if River can get up on the back of that wing. Porsche in front of him. Still got his hazards going, HSV. So maybe this is a ploy to put the River off. Put his competitors off. Doesn't need to go defensive this time. Drivers get a nice power down, nice and smooth off turn 1. Might go on board. River. Turn 4, this really super fast left-hander. HSV might have made a little mistake there.
You're halfway through. Keep it up.
So halfway mark of the race. HSV being chased down by this man of River Runs. Adnan P3, Slambo Baggins. P4 and Eagle Wind rounds out the top 5. HSV, so the corners here sort of a little bit off throttle. Got to kind of coast it through here. Back there. It's downhill braking. Do have ABS. So the left-hander. This is just a replica of the final turn, except the final turn's a right hand, so left hand. So similar radiuses. front straight into turn 1 is premium overtaking opportunity. Looks like it's a little bit too far back. It's not going to be able to have it going. So HSV doing the job right now. Oh no, as I say that, he just breaks traction, gets it a little bit sideways, and that opens up for a river, and he says thank you very much. He steps through and takes the lead of this one, as we've got just over 8.5 minutes left. This is the inaugural Porsche Cup race on Race on ROOZ. This is race 1 of 2, and we've just seen this man here at River Runs take the lead, which I'm sure he'll want to stay there. Let's get to this little scrap between Slambo and Adman. So we saw Slambo get past Eaglewind a little bit earlier. We made that mistake. That provided this man to sneak through into P4. He's got a podium right there in front of him with Adman. And that very clean livery. He looks like he got a little bit untidy. It's coming through 9 and 10. Slambo looking to set it up the inside. Both drivers doing extremely well there to not make contact. Adman runs a little bit wide. Got the right-hander, hard braking zone. Slambo sends it. It's going to be a battle of who can get the power down the smooth. Oh, they make a slight little touch. Not enough to turn him around. Slambo goes up the inside. Adman's got to have the inside run for the final turn, but it doesn't matter. Oh, and as Slambo sent it a little bit deep. It's still going to be a drag race into turn 1 between these two. If Adman can get a little slipstream, he might be able to send it into turn 1. He's got the lights flashing. Love it. Love it. Juzzy, who commentates with me on Tuesday nights, he would not like that at all. And Slambo. Oh, no. Adman's hit the wall. So coming out of turn 1. We saw that happen, something similar happen earlier. So that no traction control has caught another driver out. So he will drop down a couple of positions. Gaz is here, he's in the pits. Oh, that was disappointing. That was a really nice battle between those two. Vic Chan, now he'll drive away. I think he's talking about a River Runs who is driving away. He's 1.9 seconds ahead. We need you, Vic. It would have been good to have you tonight, but obviously a bicep injury, getting retouched to the bone, it's a big deal. Alright, this is Eaglewind. He's in P4. Slambo's just up the road. So we have 6 minutes left in this one. We'll be ready to do it all again for race 2 very, very shortly, once this one's concluded. But for now, it's a River Runs. He's in P1, HSV. I have to say, good result for him. P2, and this man on screen, Slambo, as we see Eaglewind getting it very, very loose there. Coming out of, I think that's 13 to 14. My track map's not accurate, I found out earlier. Just having a little scan through the field. It's pretty spread out now. So obviously we had Wheezy and Ty had their incident. Gaz has spent some time in the pits. But overall, we had some good action earlier on. This man's driven quite well to hold his position in turn 2 at P2. Sun just peeking its way out. It was a track temperature of 28. Looks like it's gone down to 27. Still optimum though. Those chicanes there, it's very much how much are you willing to risk. As Bubble Trouble and Angry Old Fella, they're in the pits. So they might be repairing some damage there. Bubble's already out. So, just less than 4 minutes left in this one. This is the inaugural race of the Porsche Cup for Race on Oz. Angry old fella, he's just getting going now out of the pits. So he'll finish off the race. But, yes, this man, Eagle Wind. I need someone to confirm. Pretty sure I saw him Eagle Wind death roll somewhere. I need a message him to find out if that's what it is. He started P4. That's where he is. Tell you what though, Slambo Baggin, he's in P3. He started P7. So he's managed to work his way up 4 spots into a podium position. So good work from him. That red flag waving in the background, it's a spectator, it's not a marshal, I thought for a second. Jambon Sickle, he started P9, he's up into P6, so good result for him. Angry old fella started P11. P8. So we've had a couple of drivers, sort of movers and shakers, if you like. Oh, who that was? Was that angry old fella? It was. Yes. So I thought I saw a gold Porsche turned around the opposite way, and it is this man here, angry old fella. Won't be very happy with that at all. As we've got just over 2 minutes left. Sort of see the steering wheel sort of hacksawing away there. I'm really liking this livery of Adman though. It's clean. Not normally a fan of all white cars, but I'm liking the hints of gold. Black wing looks nice too. Really digging it. Adman, I like it. I really like your livery. Well done. Looks good. Alright, closing stages now. 90 seconds left. It is this man here, River Runs. He started P1. Where he is, but HSV though is not letting him exactly walk away with it. He's only 1.8 seconds up the road, so if it wasn't for a little mistake from HSV, we would have seen a much tighter scrap, I'd say. Final minute now. Be the beginning of the last lap. Next time a River Runs crosses the line. We've got drivers all over the circuit. So this is Adman and Angry. This is not for position. Angry's down in P8. Adman's up in P5. That car's been in the wars a little bit. We see some scrapes on the front of the car. They're cutting it pretty close, aren't they? Saw this happen the other night. They just managed to get across the line. He will get across the line to do it in the final lap.
All right,
there you
man.
go. Leader
On the final lap.
On the final lap.
Push.
So a River Runs is about 14 odd turns away, 14, 15 turns away from taking out the inaugural Porsche Cup race. Race 1, you'll start at the back of the grid. We'll go over the provisions for race 2 very shortly, but we'll finish this one up first before we get to that. He's got to finish, right? Two turns, 4 and 5. He's been pretty faultless. He was fastest in practice. He was fastest in qualifying. Led the start of the race. HSV was able to put a really, really nice move on him though. It took a couple of corners to complete. So he showed really good racecraft from HSV, good patience, fair amount of skill in there as well to get it done. But he made that little mistake which opened up the door for this man, and really you can't give any mistakes to a river runs. When you give him a sniff and you don't see him again. So just closing up a little bit now. It was 1.8 seconds earlier on, so maybe a river just backed off a bit. Or HSV's just really pushing hard, but it's not going to be hard enough. So this man has one more turn to complete. He'll head along the front straight of the Hungary ring. But for race 1, the inaugural race of the Porsche Cup Series, it's a river runs from P1 to P1. Well done, P2, HSV. So a really good race for him. He qualified P2. He'll finish there. This man, Slambo Baggin, he qualified P7, but he's going to finish P3. Well done to Slambo in a familiar Porsche. Eagle Wing takes out P4. Well done to him. Adman, in my favourite livery so far, he's going to come home in P5, flashing the lights as he comes across the line. Well done, Adman. Jambon Sickle. He's got a couple more turns to complete. He's a fair way back, actually. He's going to finish P6. We should see everyone finish within the time constraints. But Jambon, he qualified in P9. He's going to come home with a well-earned P6. Like a brown and black type of livery car, number 0808. Not sure if we're representing teams tonight. Don't believe we are. Just represent yourself. But he's going to navigate that final turn, bring it onto the straight. He will finish P6. Well done, Jambon Sickle, P6. Fumble trouble. He was in the wars. He's done. P7. Well done to him. Started P10, angry old fella, Wheezy's in the pits, Gaza. He's at the end of the pit line. But that was race 1, done and done. We're in the books, we're on the board. The Porsche Cup is underway. Alright. Let me quickly write these results down. Lambo P3. And then we'll get race 2 underway very shortly. Just writing these results down. Angry in there as well. Wheezy had that big crash. I caught it on the stream, Wheezy, so you can go back and you can watch it. And Ty Morgo rounding out the field. Alright. Okay, so let's just wait for it to get started again, but I'll just give you a rundown again. So obviously we've had qualifying, we're done there. Race 1, we're done there. So race 2 will be a 30-minute race. So this is going to be the top 5 from race 1. Start at rear of field in reverse grid order. So that would mean a river runs HS. So a river would start last. Then, yeah, so it'd be a river last, second last HSV, Slambo, Eagle, and Adman at the top 5. So then they would start in the reverse order down the bottom down there. So we'll wait for it to get underway. And yeah, so it'll do a long formation lap, then the single formation behind the leader. We've seen this done very, very recently. I think most of these drivers, pretty much all of them, will have done it over the last 2 weeks at least once. You see, we had to do it twice in the Pro-Am race on Tuesday night. So some will have had a little bit more practice than others. But I have no doubts. I have full faith that we'll get this done without any dramas. So there you go. We've got 1:20 before we get race 2 underway. They'll sort themselves out. And then we'll go racing for another 30 minutes. No be race 2.
Seconds.
Alright, 30 seconds to go.
20 seconds.
Be underway. So let's see.
10 seconds.
On pole position, we should have maybe Jambon Sickle. Will be our pole sitter essentially once they sort themselves out. Best thing about this setup is that even though the camera's not on the front car, it doesn't matter because we will have the second lap. We have the race conditions according to the game. To change the camera around, so that's good. Yeah, it's an interesting livery though on Gaz's car. In fact, we are 24 hours. I'm not sure which team, and looks like it's Belgium. I see Radion and La Source on the back there, so I dare say it'd be some sort of possible advertising for a 24-hour race at Spa. But this is going to be the warm-up lap, and they'll do one more to sort themselves out single file, and then we'll do race 2, which will be a 30-minute sprint race again. Yeah, definitely. Bruxelles, I think they pronounce it. Brussels, Bruxelles. Some very famous turn names. Budapest doesn't really have any turn names. None that I could find anyway. I'll be honest, didn't research it that hard though. No famous turn names on this one that I could find. Careful though, because on that second one, it's essentially in inverted commas race conditions according to the game, which means that ghosting's off. So that will we're going to be extra careful to slam into someone else. It's only 11 drivers, so there's plenty of room out there for them. Watching Porsche Cup racing reminds me of the old Carrera Cup. They still do it in Australia. Some famous driver, Craig Baird, the New Zealander. He's a bit of a... Oh, that's angry old fella turning it around there on the formation lap. Yeah, Craig Baird is a Porsche Cup specialist. Used to have that Bob Jane T-Mart's liveried Porsche as well. I think it was one of the Jane brothers drove it, I believe. It's always one of the best presented ones.
Green light, give it all you can.
I think Nick Percat started in Porsche as well. It's pretty big in Europe. You can catch some of them. I think they sometimes do support races for Formula One. But can sometimes do standalone races as well. Yeah, popular, very, very popular series. So all going to sort themselves out on this lap, get into position. So Gaza, you should be starting. Yeah, there you go, Vic Chan. Yep, Porsche Carrera Cup is the same. You usually get pretty good racing with them as well, especially single make race series. Oh, they're back next year. All right, Ripper. There we go. Yeah, Craig Baird, he was like he raced for supercars. He wasn't that successful, but Porsche just dominated. So, this is his thing. He's a Porsche wizard. I knew what you mean, Vic Chan, don't worry. Albert Park. Let's hope we get some racing in Albert Park this year. It's looking a bit in the balance right now. Hopefully, though, by the time November rolls around, well, I guess if you're a Victorian, you hope. Being a Victorian, I'm a bit jealous of the northern and eastern states over the last 12 months. Having to live in lockdown. It is what it is, though. Been plenty of online racing to keep us entertained. I can return to drive now. Cool. So I think this is looking, yeah, Angry, Wheezy, Gaza, Ty Morgo. Yep. This is it. Beautiful. Got them all worked out. Good job, guys. I can't underestimate how difficult this is. It takes a lot of coordination to do it. And there's no troublemakers either, which is good. No one doing anything silly. It's going to be good. Keep an eye on Angry Old Fella and Wheezy Western. Very familiar with one another. So is Ty Morgo. Those three, and Eagle Wind. Those four. Keep an eye on him. But it's got to be Jambon Sickle, who's going to lead us away for race 2. Number 2 of 2. Let's go racing. So they cross the line. The green light is on, and it's Jambon. Going to lead him away from Fubble Trouble. Angry Old Fella in there. He's going defensive in front of Gaza. Wheezy was... Oh, slam on! That was huge, slam bomb. That was a massive dive bomb there at turn 1. It's taken out Wheezy Western. That was huge. So I don't know what happened. He totally mistimed his braking point. And he absolutely slammed into the side of Wheezy. Has it done much damage to Wheezy? Oh, this is Ty Morgo. They put him all the way down to the field. I think a River Runs was able to get out of that. See he's involved in this gaggle of cars. HSV's in there as well, so race winner and our second place getter from race 1 making their way through 4 and 5. But that was huge from Slambo. What happened? Gaza, he's right at the back as well. Gaza and Slambo. So we've, similar to race 1, we've lost a couple at the first turn. A bit disappointing. We only got 11 cars. We want to keep as many going as we can. They're still circulating, but they're way off the pace. But in the meantime, Jambon Sickle has remained out in front. Angry Old Fella, he's managed to move past Fubble Trouble, so he's into P2. Jambon runs a little bit wide there. And it looks like HSV and a River, they were able to miss all of the incident at the front there. So it looks like Slambo only took out Wheezy. Did Wheezy get much damage? As you can see, he did. Oh, a River. Maybe a River got caught up in it. Did I see him pitting? He is. So is HSV. So my understanding is there is no mandatory pit stops. I didn't see anything in the Discord chat to suggest there was. Maybe they did get caught up. Not sure. Are they actually going to pit? That's the thing. They're going to stop, or are they just going through? They just drove through. That was very, very odd. I don't know why they did that. This man here, Wheezy, though, we know exactly why he's doing this. He wants to get past Ty Morgan. So, two P&L teammates going at it. Yeah, I'm not too sure why River did that. And HSV. Oh, mandatory drive-through in any of the races 1 or 2. Thanks, Big Chan. I didn't know that. That wasn't in the Discord. Oh, alright. There was a practice race last week. Or done the other day, I think. Or last week, can't remember. I didn't manage to catch it, but obviously that's what I missed. Wheezy pulls out. Go up the inside of Ty Morgo. The drive-through is kind of like the Joker lap, if you like, what they do with Rallycross. Oh, Ty, was he foxing there? The drive-through. In the meantime, Adman, he's right on the back of Fubble Trouble. Pulls out of the slipstream. They're side by side, up the straight into turn 1. He's got the optimum line for an overtake. Can he pull it up? No, he can't. So, Fumble Trouble was able to maintain that position. Sometimes you can have a go back here into turn 2. But no, nowhere near close enough. Alright, so Eagle Wind. He completes his drive-through. I'm going to have to try and keep an eye on this. I didn't know this. Alright, so HSV, tick. A River, tick. What was the other one? Eagle Wind, tick. So we've had 3 drivers complete their drive-throughs. Alright, I should have probably watched the practice session last week. Race. Easy, sitting only 3/10 behind Ty Morgo. He's pushing, he's got Adman behind him, so they've swapped positions. I did miss that. Hearing those downshifts. He's having a crack here, Weezy. So the damage that he suffered earlier doesn't seem to have affected his performance. Ty Morgo runs very wide. Thought he might have almost decided to go into the pits there. Oh, Wheezy runs deep at the final turn. That gives Adman enough incentive to try and get through. They're going to go up the main straight now. Turn 1 is the hot spot for overtaking. Wheezy pulls out. Goes up the inside. Oh, he can't get it done. Adman's all over the back of him as well now. Angry old fella, he's just lurking in the background. Oh, it says that was Fubble Trouble. So Ty Morgo managed to get past Fubble Trouble. This could be trouble going side by side. So turn 5 it is! Oh, it almost turns around. He touches it with Adman as well. Adman comes onto the track. Doesn't make contact with Angry Old Fella. That could have been a lot worse than it was for Fubble Trouble. He managed to keep it turned around the right way. He's dropped a couple of positions, but he hasn't suffered any damage and he hasn't dropped out. So, all in all, not a bad result, but not the result that he would want. Wheezy's on a bit of a charge here in race 2 though. He's got his elbows out. I think he's might be a bit aggrieved from the lap 1, turn 1 incident. As we've already gone 10 minutes into race 2 of the inaugural Porsche Cup round for Race on Oz. Easy, looking very racy in race 2. I personally love the idea of this, the mandatory drive-through though. That really spices it up. So whoever's idea was that, that's a massive tick in my book. All right, Wheezy, take 2, up the main straight, pulls out, and this time he's able to pull it up. Ty can't go the over-under. So Wheezy Western, nice move into turn 1. He's managed to pick up a position. So he moves into P2. Just wait for the timing sheet to correct itself. So the sun starting to come down a bit. Track temperature 24. Still optimum though. I think the time was set to a quicker speed in race 2. I don't know the exact, I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't seem to have it in front of me. Nonetheless, here's this man, a River. Had a good race 1, took out the race win. He's got HSV in front of him for now. So they're in P7, P8. We've only had 3 drivers complete their drive-through that I know of. A River, HSV, and Eagle. So we'll see when the others decide. We're on 12 minutes already. Halfway job, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime, Ty Morgo, he's going to try and reclaim that place from Wheezy Western. 2 P&L drivers. Also racing the Go to Woe League, the GT4 series. Actually provides some good racing in that series. Someone awesome who's not racing tonight. He goes alright. But look at the Porsches tonight. River runs. He's only 4/10 behind HSV. So this is the battle that we're hoping to see in the first race, but HSV just made that little mistake. He's got the hazard lights on again. So I'm not too sure if they've been turned on again or if he is if he's just not turned them off from race 1. Sometimes when you're sort of just in the zone, you don't actually realise that it's on. It's not like when you're driving in your own car. Well, it can be sometimes when you're driving in your car and you realise you haven't turned the indicator off. And you realise, I'm one of those people that I hate when I see out on the road when they've got the indicator on. Oh, Ty Morgo! Oh, he's hit the wall, he's turned it around! So, that was just coming through, that was through 4 and 5. Was it? No, it was Ty Morgan. Keep going, no. Or was it? No, it was, pretty sure it was Ty there that we saw. Wheezy's moved up into P2. Maybe he didn't hit it as hard as I thought. Adman is right behind him. Oh, I thought that was a lot bigger accident than it looked. Ty Morgan's able to get out of that pretty easily. Had a change of lead, so Wheezy's in the lead. Slambo Baggett, he's coming around. Gaz is here, he's in last. So Wheezy's in the lead from Ty Morgo. P3 it's Adman. Fumble Trouble P4. I'm just trying to work out, I think I might have missed a pit stop here. Oh, Jambon Sickle. Oh, there he is, P5. So it was Jambon Sickle, sorry. He looked identical to Ty Morgo, that's why. They've got a very similar livery. So it was Jambon Sickle, so that would have been in the lead as well. So our race leader dropped out. Thanks for Chan, thanks for that. So, I was like, am I going insane here? Alright, so Jambon Sickle was the one that we saw. Who hit the wall, and he's dropped down into P5. That makes way more sense.
Mark. Still a long way to go.
As we're at the halfway point of this one, this is race 2, 15 minutes left to go. Yeah, alright. That makes way more sense now. I'm going crazy right now. A River still can't get past HSV. So HSV proving to be quite the formidable opponent tonight for a River. They're down in P6, P7. So as mentioned, they've both completed their drive-through, mandatory drive-through for race 2. Jambon, so he might have had a little bit of, might have some damage that has caused performance issues with that car. HSV's climbing all over the back of him now. The River's doing the same to him though. Beautiful sounding cars as well. Love hearing that downshift. Turn. You want to keep an eye out for River runs though. He'll be all over him. Angry old fella just having a little bit of difficulties out of the final turn. He is part of this group though. He's in P8, so he's racing for position with the rest of them. That Jambon car is not looking particular. Oh, Alice, angry old fella. He's put it into the wall at turn 1. Managed to keep it going. He's got a bit of damage to the front of it though. And that's Eagle Wind. He's managed to get past him. But you can see, yeah, big damage there for Angry Old Fella. So he's mistimed his braking. Similar to what happened with Slambo at turn 1, lap 1. HSV might start to be growing a little bit impatient with Jambon Sickle. Overall, driving's been... Oh, Jambon! No! He's turned it around. So that was coming through that sort of 6, 7, 8 series of turns. It's pretty tight and twisty through there. So he's turned it around. His race has gone from bad to worse. Who it hasn't gone bad to worse for though is this man here, River Runs and HSV. So they find themselves further up the field as the sun beginning to set. 22-degree track temperature. So it was 27 in the first race, 22 in the second race. We've got less than 12 minutes remaining. Feels like we're crescendoing to a pretty good finish here. Most of the drivers still have to take their mandatory stop-go. To my recollection, only a River, HSV and Eagle have done that. The rest of the field still need to complete their mandatory stop-go, their drive-through, sorry. And someone who's doing that is Angry Old Fella. I'm not too sure if that's a drive-through or if it's a stop to repair damage. Marked it down anyway. It's on the ledger. Right. Can a River get past? In the meantime, it's Wheezy Western. He's out in front. He's 4.5 seconds ahead of Ty Morgo. Adman is 1.4 seconds behind Ty Morgo. Then a further 9 seconds behind Adman is Bubble Trouble in P4. This man here, HSV in P5, and a River Runs. He was just throwing it through that chicane. He's in P6. He's got Eagle Wind nearly 8 seconds down the road. Jambon Sickle, who we saw, he's had a couple of issues tonight. Then Angry Old Fella's in the pit. Slambo Baggin, who had the big hit on Wheezy into turn 1. And then Gaz is here, rounding out the top 11. Oh, so some have done it in the first race. I was not aware of that. In saying that, attention to detail, it's not my strong suit. Let us know who's done it, Vic, if you can. Oh, I'm just thinking, who did we see in that first? I can't remember. Anyway. Well, if we see drivers doing drive-throughs, we know what they're doing it for. As we enter the final 10 minutes of race 2, the inaugural Porsche Cup round for Race on Oz. Adman though, he's looking to move up a little bit further. He's currently P3. He's chasing down Ty Morgo, who I mistook for Jambon Sickle. Very, very similar liveried cars. So easy to get them mixed up. Wheezy and Ty Morgo have. Alright, well they're in a cracking position there. Absolute legend. Thanks, Vic Chan, by the way. I asked him to come and do commentary with me if he wanted to. He didn't want to. That's fair enough. Doesn't like the commentary stuff. But he's helping me out in the chat. So very much appreciated, Vic. Probably having to do it with one arm as well. That is some dedication. Alright, so what can Adman do? Can he get a run on Ty Morgo? As that sun is almost gone. Track temperature down to 21 degrees. Air temperature 20. So track getting colder. Tires will be nice and warm though. Oh, it gets nice and close there. That's a nice shot, isn't it? Look at that, that afternoon sun. That's beautiful. That's photo worthy. That's beautiful. Look at the river. He's still piling on that pressure onto HSV. Nice shot there. Sun coming down over the circuit. Yeah, these two have had good battle tonight. HSV's got that light, got his lights on. Means business. Get back to Adman, so he can't make too much headway. Ty Morgo. Let's jump on board with him though. See how he's doing it. See if he's affected by the sun at all. The sun will be set pretty low. This is a possible overtaking spot on the track. There we go, there's the sun over the ice. Some very nice onboard shots here. Turn. Nice run onto the straight. Getting tucked into the draft. He got pretty early there. It's a little bit of just showing that he's there. Ty Morgo runs a little bit deep. Oh, they're side by side. This is great racing between two of them. Not touching. Oh, Ty runs deep again into turn 2. And that's enough for Adman to move up. Oh, now he runs wide in turn 3. So does Ty Morgo though. So that's okay. That's okay for Adman. He's able to get through turn 4 without any dramas. Good driving from both of them. Great driving from this man here, Adman. He's my favourite livery. He's got a good one as well though, I have to say. Get that done, so yeah. Alright. What about a river? There on the back of Fubble Trouble. This is 4th position. Let's go on board with him. See the man do his thing. He's been behind those blinking hazard lights of HSV for the majority of this race, river runs. So I'm sure you'll be happy to, once this is finished, and not have to look at them anymore. So all 3 cars taking very different lines through that turn. So just trying to get that power down. You can see HSV just closing up a little bit on Bubble Trouble. Let's see if he can get it right. He pulls out of the slipstream. Is he up close enough? Looks like he is. He's able to pull it up. Nice work from HSV. So he's able to reclaim that position from Bubble Trouble. He moves up into P4. Now a River. He's got a new set of brake lights to stare into. The grass there. This is a good little battle here. The last 4 minutes of the race coming up. Closing up under braking. Good for HSV, give him a little bit of breathing room. Ooh, maybe Fubble had a little bit of a misfire there coming through the chicane. He runs a little bit wide. Oh, he runs deep again, so that's all you need for a River runs to get through. So all it takes is a small little mistake and a River will pounce, and he does. So he's going to give chase to his sparring partner for tonight. HSV is a little bit further up the road. Camera angle here with the helicopter. I was digging that. Alright, let's see what everyone else is doing. This one's coming to the conclusion pretty quickly. So I'm not going to miss out on anything. It's Wheezy Western. Here he is in that very battle-scarred double green Porsche, light green, dark green with a tinge of black in there, black accent. He's leading 12.4 seconds over Adman. Ty Morgo, he's 1.2 seconds behind Adman in P3. So he's going to battle it out for the final podium position. HSV not really in contention right now though. He's about 12 seconds off the pace of Ty. So it would take a monumental mistake from Ty Morgo in front of HSV to get up there on the podium. He took home P2 in the first race. So both him and a River are able to sort of do it together. Work their way back up the field. This man here, Eagle Wind. That livery. He's got orange. I would have thought orange wheels would have been good. Each to their own though. Each to their own. Alright, the final 90 seconds of race 2 of the first round of the Porsche Cup. Next week we're in Kailami. I like Kailami.
Leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Great turn names: Barbecue Bend, Crocodile, Mine Shaft, just to name a few. Focusing on Hungary, Budapest right now. The final minute. Leader is on the last lap. Is that man Wheezy Western? So you would have forgiven him. You would have thought that after getting hit by Slambo at turn 1, he might have ended up dropping out, but it almost seemed like it was a bit of a slap in the face that he needed to fire him up. Sort of got the elbows out after that, and has taken this one by the scruff of its neck, and it's looking like he's going to be a very likely race winner. Just making his way through the chicanes. That's Gaz's here in the foreground. His car's almost as beat up as Wheezy's. Usually races number 21 in the Race on Oz GT3 series. It's chosen number 36. Not too sure if there's any significance behind that or if it's just pure random. The number that does matter though is the numbers on the clock. They've gone 000, and the mark on the number on the leaderboard next to his name is number 1, which is where every driver wants to be. And that's where he is right now. So he's got one more turn to navigate before he comes home and claims race 2 of the first round of the Porsche Cup Race on Ice Series. Well done, Wheezy Western. That was a really solid drive from Wheezy. Congratulations. Awesome work. Under a bit of duress with that car as well in terms of the damage. This man here, Adman, he's had a good round as well. So he's going to take home P2. Congratulations to Adman. Gives a bit of a flash of the lights as he crosses the line. Well done, Ty Morgo. He's going to hold off a very hard charging HSV for the final podium position. HSV was giving it everything out of that final turn. He's going to take home P4. One on the HSV, one on the Ty, one on a River Runs. P1 in race 1, P5 in race 2. Lights are blazing for Fubble Trouble as he crosses the line. The same with Eagle Win in P7. Jab on Sickle. He was leading there for a while. He had that big incident that I mistook him for Ty Morgo. But he is going to take home P8. If he can get there. And Slambo Baggett will bring up the rear of the field. He'll be the last car on track to finish. As we see Jambon cross the line. Well done, Jambon. He takes home P8. And then Slambo Baggett. He's drifting around there, liking it. Just a bit of fun to end the race. He'll take P9 while Gazza and Angry Old Fellow are in the pits. So, well done to that man there. Wheezy Western, congratulations. He took home race 2. That was P1 for him. He finished P9, so he qualified P3. Dropped down to P9 in race 1. Took home the victory in race 2. So, congratulations to Wheezy on a very, very solid race there. Adman in P2. And then Ty Morgo in P3. All right. Well done to everyone involved. I thought that was fantastic. We, from small things, big things grow. Next week we're in Kyalami. But you know what? For the first round, I thought everyone was fantastic tonight. We had some good racing. We had a bit of excitement out there as well. Who do we have doing donuts? I think that's Slambo. There he is. He's just having a good old time out there. There's another one out there with him as well. Is that HSV? No. Number 12. Someone's out there. Number 2. 172. Adman. No. Who is it? Someone's out there. Fubble Trouble. There he is. He's lighting them up. So, with those 2 cars, celebratory donuts. Yeah, I thought everyone was fantastic tonight. So congratulations. Thanks, Big Chan in the chat. Much appreciated. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Throw us a like. Throw us a subscribe to the channel. Always helps. But until then, enjoy your weekend. It's Thursday. Friday tomorrow. Have a good Friday. Enjoy your weekend. My name's